Hi,
Hi.
Caroline. Hi, Sanjo. How you guys doing?
Like,
Good,
Good.
thank you. Happy New Year.
very good,
Happy
thank you.
New Year. Right, Caroline, having transitioned from London to Dubai and thriving in various roles from a businesswoman, in a reality TV star, right, and now international influencer. How have these shifts impacted your perspective on the importance of balancing professional success with personal satisfaction?
Oh, everything I do now is around personal satisfaction. I feel like the TV show gives me the freedom because we film for 4 months. And then, although we have bits to do in the year, it gives me a lot of time off to do other things
Mm.
as well, which is great. And I work from home, so I get to see my kids, running in and out. But I live with 3 teenagers, so it's not like they want to be home all the time.
Right.
Um, but I only choose things that make me happy now. So I don't live a corporate life. I live a very sort of, I can take a month off or a week off. Not that I really do that, but we're off to Ziggy Bay next week, just the two of us to go and lie on a beach.
Successes.
Yeah.
Wow. So how's that? No, that's so good because too many people are so caught up, in their professional success. You know, they find it so hard to get out of that, but not for
Yeah.
you guys, right?
Money isn't the main focus for us.
Yeah.
It's like, honestly, it's the money comes when you're happy. It really does.
Cool.
They always say when one door closes, another one opens.
Right.
We only pick things that we really want to do.
It
And
doesn't feel like work, like
yeah,
we work towards having these moments, like for example, next week we're going to the beach, like 3 days and escape. This is really what, brings us happiness to us, having that freedom for us is priceless, and that's kind of like what we work for.
Absolutely. So as a life strategist myself, right, I work a lot, and that's because it's my lifestyle. It's not because I need to work for the sake of I need to work. I think it's similar like what we are talking about now, isn't it?
yeah,
Yeah,
because we
100%.
all
Exactly.
we love what we do. I love what I do.
Yes.
When I'm on the beach, it doesn't feel like work because I chose to be here. I built this, and so like I love speaking to people. I love meeting people every day.
The interaction, with people,
Yeah,
getting to know them, it's what really fit us, as people.
Right. Right. Exactly. All right. So let's talk a little bit about some struggles, right? We all have struggles in life. We all have challenges in life, right? So perhaps you can, share with our listener, especially Caroline, your podcast, you talk about divorce not dead, right? We did discuss about life and relationship post divorce and all that, So how does this contribute to a more authentic sense of success beyond societal standards?
I think that, look, I've had many struggles. If you listen to the podcast, there's been lots of
Right.
things. I've made money, I've lost money, I've remade money. I got divorced. I got divorced in the middle of an 8-year law case with a civil
Wow.
liquidator. That wasn't much fun. But I've always sort of come out on top because I've always kept my sense of humor and I've always kept my, it's never been the end of me. So, it's it's something that actually I wouldn't change any of it because if I hadn't lost my first company, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be married to him. I wouldn't be in Dubai. I wouldn't be in, all these things. So when people collapse or say, I'm never going to be able to do this again, that's rubbish. You can do it again. If you built it once, you can build it again.
Absolutely.
And that is, and also, by the way, sometimes second time round is better because hindsight is a wonderful thing. I'm very, very sure of what I don't want,
Right.
compared to back then when I wanted totally different things. When I was younger, I thought all I wanted was, I wanted to be Richard Branson with my own plane and private island. Now I think of nothing worse because I know what it takes to get there. I'd have to have,
Right.
I had the 18 and employees back then. I probably need, thousands, which is
Right.
just, not something I ever want to get back into. I can do the same numbers with 4 of us as you can with 100 people if you do it right.
Right. Exactly. How about Sanjo? How to balance that professional success with personal satisfaction?
I mean, we always we've been through a lot together, even just in the relationship, in the business, even pre or that with soccer, like there's always going to be ups and downs, it's just a matter of like, I believe that everything comes to you, it comes for a reason, and it will always be a bigger and better door open for you in the future.
Right,
So
right.
I think you just have to take it and go with it. And then there's, sweet, if it doesn't go your way, but we always try to just, be happy and
Look, I mean, he's in a completely different place. I mean, I met him, he was 24 years old. He finished soccer and
Right.
living in Newport Beach. He's now living in Dubai, married to a 48-year-old with 3 kids. I mean,
it's
like,
crazy actually,
like here, I'm sure he didn't picture himself here.
there's no way, So, it was not my ideal scenario in the beginning because I was like, I dream my whole life of stay in the US, getting the green card and just be here and build a life here. But then, the situation just, just the door opened for me and I said, oh my God, like, I love the relationship and how we connect with each other. Let's try to just build something. And then I went with it, switch countries completely and start a new life. And it was very scary, to be honest. And not a lot of people were, in the same place as us, like 14 and stuff. But we're here, we made it. So you just have to be open and never feel scared of any changes.
Right. So what do you think that why people are so caught up in this external success and completely sacrifice this personal fulfillment? What do you think that is?
Because we
Right.
live in, I mean,
Mm.
we live king of it. We live in Dubai. So everywhere, unless you become happy within, you'll always find someone richer, skinnier, prettier,
100%.
with more.
I think people always focus on the end goal, on making the millions, and then they forget about how amazing and incredible is the process of making it. Even if you don't make it or you make it halfway, just enjoying that process is the most wonderful
How
thing.
many watches do you need? How many bags can you wear at one time?
That's what we do. We really enjoy the process where we are now, of really like creating what we created, all the businesses and everything. Obviously, we want to make the millions and, but
Well,
it's just about enjoying where we are now.
and also, I think a lot of people sort of like they lose this sight of values. I'm sure it is, it really like very much based on our personal values to start with. I think that's very important, and that's what being authentic is about, isn't it? So
Yes.
we like some likes on that, yeah.
I mean, I think people with the world the way it is today are going to become a little less crazy on
Mm.
material.
I think it's slowly switching, after what happened and everything, in the last 3 years, it's just been a big crazy world. And I think, things are prioritizing other values now
Mental
compared
health,
to,
get rid of the dogs.
Yeah.
Mental. Well,
But then yeah, that's so true. But then yet, this mental health is very much overlooked as well. That we can
Yeah.
see a lot of people are burnout and stress because as in my work, I have a lot of clients that are very successful. They are C-suite business owners. And some of them is interesting. You don't even know they're burnt out. They don't even know, they have, max their mental capacity. And hence,
Yeah.
of course, the health issues come about,
Feel it. Like I've done 57 different things today. And then, my kids aren't even here right now. Thank God they're with their father. But if I'd be thrown in 3 kids, I probably would have had a mini breakdown today. So like, it's really important to take time every single day. For
just to
yourself.
really like focus on you and like never lose that, sense of like health and like,
All right. The number one thing is called self-care, isn't it?
100%.
Yes, a lot of people sort of overlook self-care. All right, so perhaps to conclude, what are 3 important qualities that you think one should have for Caroline and Sanjo as well?
Kindness, resilience, and just kindness, resilience, and just to believe in yourself, self-belief, because you need to understand that there's no one coming to save you except you.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. How about Sanjo?
would say positive. I'm very positive to any situation. I think it's very important. Believer and dreamer. Like, you know, I love to dream big and believe anything is possible and you know, and I would say I have a lot of discipline maybe from soccer. You know, that really, you know, that's something that soccer taught me a lot. That was like, if you want something, you know, you have to work hard for it, you know, basically, you know. So discipline is I think one of my things.
Right. Thank you so much. And I'm looking forward to meeting you guys in Dubai.
Oh, amazing. Yeah,
Yes, nice.
see you.
Thank
Bye.
you.